Hello, good evening. Thank you very much for joining us here on Times Now. This is the News Hour special edition and I'm Hina Gambhir. Viewers, on 17th of July 2023, leaders of 28 political parties used their opposition to the Bharatiya Janata Party-led NDA as glue to form an umbrella front to take on IN, India's ruling party. It was made up of the main opposition, Congress, and smaller regional parties. The coalition cleverly named itself INDIA, an acronym for a rather florid Indian National Developmental Inclusive Alliance. But over the last 18 months, the glue that united them has lost its adhesion. It started with cracks and splintering. JDU's Nitish Kumar broke away. In Haryana and Maharashtra, the Congress party, the pivot of the bloc, shooed away India partners, the INDIA bloc partners. In Uttar Pradesh by-polls, Samajwadi Party's Akhilesh Yadav refused to give a single seat to Congress. And then TMC Supremo Mamta Banerjee served a no-confidence motion against Rahul Gandhi as the INDIA bloc leader. Many partners backed her replace Rahul chorus during Parliament's winter session. The Trinamool Congress and the Samajwadi Party refused to go with the Congress party. And now, right after the announcement of Delhi polls, the gloves are off. Aam Aadmi Party's Arvind Kejriwal has said no to the alliance with the Congress party. Samajwadi Party and TMC are campaigning for Aam Aadmi Party that has decimated Congress in the polls since 2013. What does this mean? Simple. The pretense of unity has been jettisoned. INDIA bloc is not just splintering, viewers, it is imploding. Worse, there are no denials coming anymore. Instead, the INDIA bloc members are saying yes. The Maha Alliance is terribly divided. Today, CPI's General Secretary D. Raja declared that the INDIA bloc stands divided. Shiv Sena Uddhav faction leader Sanjay Raut has said that in politics, there are no permanent friends or foes. Congress leader Rashid Alvi feels all INDIA members should be freed for assembly polls. And not just that. National Conference leader Umar Abdullah says if INDIA bloc was only for the Lok Sabha, it should then wind up. And before I kickstart the debate, watch exactly who is saying what.
Congress party is contesting on its own. Certain parties have declared support to Aam Aadmi Party. So, it is a fact, India bloc stands divided.
जब राज्यों में कांग्रेस पार्टी गंभीरता से नहीं काम कर रही है तो स्वाभाविक सी बात है समाजवादी पार्टी, तृणमूल कांग्रेस, शिवसेना, आरजेडी ये सब मदद करेंगे अरविंद केजरीवाल जो और वही हो रहा है।
इंडिया अलायंस में नो मिशन, नो विजन, ओनली कंफ्यूजन, डिवीजन, एम्बिशन, करप्शन, फाइट फॉर पोजीशन, मोदी के खिलाफ ऑब्सेशन।
एक बात सही है कि इंडिया ब्लॉक बना था लोकसभा चुनाव लड़ने के लिए और लोकसभा चुनाव के बाद इंडिया ब्लॉक की एक भी मीटिंग हुई नहीं है।
आपस में बैठ के सर्वसम्मति बनाकर आगे की रणनीति भी बनाएंगे और इंडिया गठबंधन महज लोकसभा चुनाव के लिए नहीं बना था, ये देश की अंतरात्मा को बचाने के लिए।
तो इसमें कोई क्लैरिटी नहीं है, ना लीडरशिप को लेके, ना एजेंडा को लेके, ना आगे क्या हम रहेंगे या नहीं रहेंगे इसको लेके। अगर ये सिर्फ पार्लियामेंट इलेक्शंस के लिए था, इसको वाइंड अप करिए।
इंडिया के जो भी अलायंसेस हैं उनको असेंबली के इलेक्शन के अंदर फ्री कर दिया जाए। जिस तरीके के हालात पैदा हो गए, अगर उत्तर प्रदेश की समाजवादी पार्टी, अगर उमर अब्दुल्ला, अगर दूसरे राजनीतिक दल दिल्ली में केजरीवाल को सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं तो फिर इंडिया एग्जिस्ट कहाँ करता है?
चांगली गोष्ट आहे. राजकारणात कोणीच कोणाचा शत्रू आणि कायमचा मित्रही नसतो आणि कायमचा शत्रूही नसतो. आम्ही 25 वर्ष मित्र होतोच ना. देवेंद्रजी जेव्हा राजकारणात नव्हते महाराष्ट्राच्या, तेव्हापासून भारतीय जनता पक्ष आणि शिवसेनेची युती, अटल बिहारी वाजपेयी, प्रमोद महाजन, अडवाणी साहेब, आम्ही सगळ्यात भाजपचे सगळ्यात जुने आणि विश्वासार्ह मित्रच होतो. पण आज आम्ही मित्र राहिलो नाही, मित्रांना रात घातली. त्याच्यामुळे स्वाभिमानी पक्ष असल्यामुळे आम्ही आमचं राजकारण सुरू केलं. पण राजकारणामध्ये काही असंभव नसतं.
So won't it be fair, viewers, to ask tonight, is it the beginning of the end of the INDIA bloc? If over the coming months and years the INDIA bloc keeps imploding, if friends in 2024 Lok Sabha polls keep fighting as foes in assembly polls, will they be able to come together again, say for 2029 Lok Sabha? Will the public accept any future show of unity as a political alternative? That's the big debate on the News Hour this Saturday evening. And joining us on this debate is Sanju Verma, spokesperson, national spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party, Chandrasekhar Jha, who is leader Shiv Sena, the Uddhav Thackeray faction, Dr. Sumant C. Raman, who is a political analyst, and Anmol Panwar, who is spokesperson from the Aam Aadmi Party. Appreciate all of you for joining us here on this debate on Times Now this evening. I want to begin this debate with you, Dr. Sumant C. Raman, because, you know, public is confused today. Because now, as Mr. D. Raja, the CPI's General Secretary, has said, the INDIA bloc stands divided. You have some of the other leaders trying to suggest that no, all is fine. We came together to fight the BJP-led NDA at the national level. So what's happening in the states, do not consider that. Public is confused. What is really happening? Are you all together, or is INDIA bloc imploding?
The public is not at all confused. The only ones who want to make an issue out of this is the media, and that is for obvious reasons. I won't get into that. Look, let's look at what the India Alliance was formed for. I'm getting feedback, so if you can cut that out, it'll help. So basically, the India Alliance was formed to fight a national election. It was formed to take on the BJP. Partially, it succeeded in denying the BJP a majority. It did not succeed fully in preventing them from coming to power. That does not mean, in fact, multiple times that multiple leaders from different parties have said the same thing. The India Alliance is not an alliance to fight state elections against the BJP. They've said it several times, and yet we go on like a broken record, saying the same thing. Is it splitting? Is the India Alliance falling apart? They were never, did Aam Aadmi Party and Congress ever say that we are going to fight the BJP jointly in alliance in the Delhi state elections? No, you please tell me. I mean, if I missed it, I'm ready to apologize. I've never heard anybody from either the Congress or the AAP say that, look, the India Alliance will fight the state elections in various states across India, or anybody from other India Alliance partners. Where it is expedient, yes, there would be state-level alliances. But that was not the purpose for which the India Alliance was formed. And your imagination that because they have differences and are fighting each other at the state level, India Alliance is falling apart. It's you're at free, you're at liberty to sort of predict their demise.
Sanju Verma, media is making an issue out of it. You know, I don't think whether Dr. Sumant C. Raman heard all the sound bites that we played before I opened up this debate this evening, because we heard many different views, you know, in that package that we had put together, and everybody had a different thing to say. Kabhi haan, kabhi na. Somebody says we came together to fight the BJP at the national level. Then somebody says we've not had a meeting at all. Why should we even exist? Is it time to now wind up? So Congress is openly complaining. Aam Aadmi Party is attacking. Mamta wants a change in the leadership. Are we smelling different coffee? What's really happening?
You know, Hina, first and foremost, I think you gave a very comprehensive introduction right at the start of the debate. which has put things in perspective. Now, let me come straight to the point. You know, everybody from the ... alliance has been waxing eloquent about the fact, oh, we limited the BJP to barely 240 odd seats, you know, so therein lies our victory. Let's face it, the hard truth for the other side is that for the first time in 62 years in post-independent India, a man has become Prime Minister for the third time in a row, fair and square. So let's not beat around the bush and pat ourselves on the back. अरे हमने तो बीजेपी की एब्सोल्यूट मेजॉरिटी को रोकने में हम कामयाब हो गए. आप कामयाब नहीं हुए हो. नरेंद्र मोदी जी तीसरी बार प्रधानमंत्री बन गए हैं. आपको अच्छा लगे या बुरा लगे, learn to live with it. Now let me just say something to you. If you look at the history of the ... alliance, forget about these 28 odd opposition parties coming together. I've always said from every available rooftop, I have been screaming my lungs out, these guys, the 28 odd disparate bunch, has no common minimum agenda. They have no common political program. The only thing that they have in common, their only binding glue, Hina, is the all-consuming visceral hatred for Narendra Modi. That is the only thing that bound them all this while. Now you look at Sanjay Raut, you look at Omar Abdullah, you look at D. Raja, you look at Mamata Banerjee, you even look at an old-time Sonia Gandhi loyalist like Lalu Prasad Yadav. They've all abandoned the Congress. In fact, the likes of Sanjay Raut, though I think he blabbers without reason, but for whatever it is worth, from Akhilesh Yadav to Sanjay Raut to Omar Abdullah, the one thing everybody said after the Congress was routed in Maharashtra and before that after having lost Haryana, that Rahul Gandhi's overconfidence is the main root cause of the problem. So now people are no longer speaking in hushed tones. The alliance partners are out. The knives are out for Rahul Gandhi. Knives are out for the Congress. जैसे कहते हैं, कहावत है कि जो जीता वही सिकंदर. राजनीति में finally you have to win at the hustings. And since the Congress under Rahul Gandhi has lost 89 big and small elections, the knives are out and the alliance partners are now not ready to be treated like smaller minions, with the Congress playing the role of a big brother, which was the case till date.
Okay.
I think
do you agree, Anmol Panwar, to what Sanju Verma has said? Is the Delhi elections, the Delhi Dangal, going to be the final nail in the coffin? Will it mark the end of the so-called unity in the INDIA bloc?
Hina ji, I don't think that the India Alliance was formed for state-level elections. It was formed for the national-level elections, and if I'm wrong, you can correct me. And we have been saying from the very beginning that in Delhi, we are going to fight elections alone, because people believe and trust in Arvind Kejriwal model of governance. And in Delhi, what is interesting is, for the first time, we have seen that how Congress and BJP are working together in tandem. See, New Delhi constituency, Sandeep Dixit, it's been more than 25 days. He has not even uttered a word against Pravesh Sahab Singh Verma, who is bribing the voters, who is distributing bed sheets.
We are discussing Delhi at 9:30, so maybe you can, bring up these comments at 9:30 when we go to our debate number 2. But my question to you in this debate number 1, is what is happening with this INDIA bloc?
This is.
I asked you a straightforward question. Is Delhi Dangal the final nail in the coffin? The cracks that started emerging after Maharashtra and Haryana election results, which became wider during the winter session of Parliament, will finally, be even wide, that they can never have the political parties in the INDIA bloc come together the way they came together in 2023. Is my question to you. Is it going to be the beginning of the end of the so-called unity of the INDIA alliance? Bring up these comments at 9:30.
Hina ji, there was no alliance at state level. I'm reiterating it, that in Delhi, we were supposed to fight alone. What is, interesting is that new alliances between Congress and BJP are forging in Delhi. You must highlight that even former CM of Rajasthan, Ashok Gehlot, he said that our principal contender in Delhi is Aam Aadmi Party. he did not mention about Bharatiya Janata Party. So that makes it clear that how strong their alliance is in Delhi between Congress and BJP. Sandeep Dixit refuses to file complaint against Pravesh Saab Singh Verma, जो उन्हीं की constituency से उन्हीं के खिलाफ चुनाव लड़ रहे हैं. I mean, is he? That is why we also said that it is the Bharatiya Janata Party that is funding the Congress candidates in Delhi.
Okay. So, okay. Now I want to go across to Chandrasekhar Jha, because I still am trying to get an answer to that question, that what is happening as far as this INDIA bloc is concerned. Is realignment on the cards, Mr. Chandrasekhar Jha, going by the statement, by Mr. Sanjay Rao? Because all manufacturers usually are asked to display, on packaging what are going to be the ingredients. So shouldn't the ingredients or constituents of this INDIA bloc have also displayed before the Lok Sabha elections that we are together only for the Lok Sabha elections, and for states we are not going to be together?
First, let me tell you, BJP is more interested with India bloc. I don't know why they are interested, because they are not interested in any kind of development works, but interested what is happening in India bloc. And they are continuously harping that we are divided. First thing is that we are not divided.
It's not the BJP. Apologies, I am interrupting again, Chandrasekhar Jha. It's not the BJP which has said INDIA is divided. It is your own partner, CPI's General Secretary, Mr. D. Raja, who came out today and said that INDIA bloc stands divided. Mr. Umar Abdullah says no meeting has happened. You people are not even able to come together on the same table.
Let me explain this, because what has happened after Haryana and what happened after Maharashtra, the things have moved against the motion of Congress. So that grudge is coming out, but eventually we are not divided in our parliamentary elections or in parliamentary works. And we are continuously supporting in parliamentary works against this government who are bringing futile bills to introduce in the parliament. So we are not going against any kind of alliance, but we are supporting the alliance. But in state elections, we don't have any kind of parlance with regard to the state elections.
But before I go across to Sanju Verma to get a response to what you've said, Chandrasekhar Jha, I have one more question for you. And I'm asking you this question because Sanjay Raut, Shiv Sena UBT faction Neta, has said in politics, no one is permanent friend or enemy. We had alliance with BJP for 25 years. We are the loyal friends. We were the loyal friends of the BJP back then. Now we are not friends. They kicked us, but nothing is impossible in politics. How do we read this statement then? That's why I'm asking, is a realignment now on the cards, as there is no confidence in Rahul?
See, realignment can happen because in the politics we don't have permanent enemy or permanent friendship. So in politics we don't describe anything uncommon. We describe which is common in our politics. So there can be a realignment, there can be again an alliance between the parties, but eventually if you see today, we are not divided. We are politically together in our India alliance. Okay.
Sanju Verma, how will you like to respond? And then I'll go across to Dr. Sumant C. Raman.
You know, Hina, I always say that the best measure of whether you are successful as an organization, as a political behemoth, is finally the electorate. And without being offensive to the Uddhav Sena representative here, he said, you know, BJP का कोई agenda नहीं है, कोई काम नहीं करती है, development की कोई बात नहीं करती है. Let me tell you, the Mahayuti led by the BJP got 233 out of 288 seats, which is a strike rate of 81%. The Uddhav Sena could not even muster 28 seats.
So your works are coming out.
Please, I did not heckle you. I did not heckle you. Keep quiet. Hina, can I please make my point?
Okay.
I did not heckle you.
Chandrasekhar Jha, let her complete her point. I promise I will give you time to respond. Sanju Verma.
Yes. Do not heckle me, Chandrasekhar, because I did not heckle you. Suniye. BJP-led Mahayuti, I repeat, had a strike rate of 81%, getting 233 out of 288 seats. Uddhav Thackeray बड़ी बड़ी बातें करते थे, he could not even get 28 seats, which was needed to officially become leader of opposition. उद्धव ठाकरे was right now. यहाँ बैठकर बड़ी बड़ी बातें मत करिए. Now, Hina, please let me answer your question in 30 seconds. This is what the dot alliance is, and please listen very carefully. Sandeep Dixit of the Congress versus Ajay Maken of the Congress. Sanjay Singh of the Aam Aadmi Party versus Ajay Maken of the Congress. Ashok Gehlot saying one thing about Delhi elections. Prithviraj Chavan, former Congress CM of Maharashtra, singing a different tune. Pratap Singh Bajwa of the Congress against Bhagwant Mann of the Aam Aadmi Party in Punjab. Mamata Banerjee of the TMC versus Rahul Gandhi of the Congress. Akhilesh Yadav of the Samajwadi Party versus Kamal Nath of the Congress. Kalyan Banerjee, TMC MP versus Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary of the Congress. Lalu Prasad Yadav versus
What is the point that you're trying to make, Sanju Verma?
My point is simple. ये आपस में लड़ के मर रहे हैं और blame कर रहे हैं नरेंद्र मोदी को. They are not even able to see the writing on the wall. That the public is having a laugh at their expense.
Okay. Chandrasekhar Jha, now please respond, and then Dr. Sumansi Raman.
There is a saying, Andher Nagari Chaupat Raja, Take Ser Bhaji, Take Ser Khaya. So this BJP tries to show that they are very loyal to the nation, but eventually if you see this Andher Nagari Chaupat Raja is being done by them, and they don't talk about rupee versus dollar, they don't talk about developments, but they are harping only on elections and nothing. They don't have any agendas.
No, but are you trying to say elections are not important? Are you trying to say that BJP as a political party should not be interested in an alliance of 28 parties against
Elections
it?
Are important.
What should BJP as a party then be interested in?
See, the BJP as a party is only interested how to make remarks on the opposition, their leaders, to harass them and do all kinds of
but Chandrasekhar Jha, Sanjay Raut has indicated that there are no permanent friends or foes. How do we read this particular statement by Sanjay Raut?
See,
should we ignore it?
We say, in politics, yes. Yes, in politics we say, in politics we say that there are no permanent friends or foes. Eventually, in politics, if it is required that the alliance has to be with BJP, it can be an alliance with BJP. But it cannot be denied at this moment. It will happen or it will not happen. It has to be decided by the leaders.
Okay.
But eventually, if you see today, if the BJP says that our opposition is divided, it is incorrect. We are not divided in any manner whatsoever.
Dr. Sumansi Raman, I mean, here on the panel, Uddhav Sena says the opposition is not divided. CPI's General Secretary says the INDIA bloc stands divided. What is really happening? I'm again asking you the same question. The way things stand today, united at the national level, or have this mask of unity at the national level but divided when it comes to their own personal ambitions or state or elections in union territories? Is this a healthy alliance in a parliamentary democracy is my question to you.
Let's be very clear. An alliance, by and large, can have two broad agendas. One, there can be a meeting of ideas and therefore ideologies, or there can be what are basically extended seat adjustments, right? Now, for the Lok Sabha, what we had was seat adjustments. Ideologically, there are many differences. I mean, in the state where I come from, ideologically, there are huge differences between the Congress and the DMK. But they have been the staunchest of allies.
But very quickly,
and many
Dr.
of the
Sumansi Raman, it is the people in the INDIA bloc only who are suggesting perhaps it is time to wind up the INDIA bloc. It's not the BJP that's saying it. It's not the media that's saying it. You blame the media in the beginning.
Look, the
constituents of the INDIA bloc are saying, what are we doing together?
If Mr. Raja...
No, I'm talking about Mr. Umar Abdullah.
There is no problem because if the CPI wants to leave the alliance...
I'm talking about Mr. Umar Abdullah, the National Conference.
Umar Abdullah wait, let's be very clear. Let's be very clear. Mr. Abdullah went into the elections in alliance with the Congress. The Congress did not do very well. Therefore, they were not taken into the ministry. So had the Congress won 10, 12, 13, 14,
that is
15
exactly
seats
the
and Mr.
point.
Abdullah's
Are
position being
allies
dependent on
losing
the Congress,
confidence
he
in
would not
Congress
have been
party
feeling
because it is
secure.
not able to deliver? It is not able to win elections. That is the moot question here. And that's the reason we are asking, is it the final nail in the coffin? Allies have now, made it clear, acknowledged that under Congress party's leadership, INDIA bloc cannot succeed. Perhaps there is a need to change the leader. That's the reason why we are having this debate today. Last 10 seconds, Sumant Sriraman, sir.
In India, in politics, there is no final nail in the coffin until the leaders themselves are cremated or buried. Nothing, always there is time to come back. We have seen it in so many cases.
Viewers,
today,
the voters need to hear this statement. No permanent friends, no permanent foes in politics. So when you go out and vote, think who you are really voting for, because they will not tell you whether they are coming together at the national level or they'll be together at the state level or not. That you will have to figure out on your own. I'm completely out of time. I'll have to wind up this debate. Thank you very much, all of you, for joining us here on debate number 1, heading into a very short break.